So I am in Peterson Hall. This is where the bathroom and the kitchen is. By that exit sign is the kitchen if you need to eat while in the lab. This is room 4000 of Peterson Hall. Our side of the lab is the right side. So as you enter, the bay right in front can be used in our experiments. But if you can take everything that you need and what you don't need, put it here in the cubbies, or if you have valuables, you can either open the right side or you put your finger behind this hook here. It's tricky to open, and lift it and then pull. So this opens, and that's the hook. This is a little bit safer to leave if you have a wallet and laptop and you're not going to use it. So there are 3 setups and I will show them, but here are things that I'd like you to use and leave here. So it's a multimeter, strippers. This is for solid core wires, and these are for stranded wires, even though you could use these strippers also for solid core. So this is a solid core wire that I'm hoping you're going to cut to size for what you need in the lab. This is a wire wrap wire. It's also solid core, but it's super thin. I'd like you to have that experience. The third one is stranded. You're not going to be using this necessarily, but it's also good to not only cut this wire, but also strip. To cut, you use one of these cutters here. Each setup will have a function generator, an oscilloscope, and a power supply, and then a breadboard. When you put together a breadboard, make sure you make it at 2D, not 3D. So as you see, the wires here are very close to the surface, so it's easy to debug your circuit when you're looking at the breadboard if it is 2D. There are 2 places with cables for the oscilloscope. So this is a coaxial cable. The center is where the signal goes through, and there's a mesh outside that connects to the ground here on both sides, or it opens into 2 alligator clips, for example. So this is the signal and the black is ground. A more traditional oscilloscope probe looks like this. It's very sensitive here, the signal, and the ground looks like this. So if you have 2 oscilloscope channels, you need to hook up one ground, but the second one is already connected internally to the oscilloscope, so you don't need to connect it to the breadboard. So I showed you one setup, which is this one near the fridge. The fridge is a senior design project. The second setup is here. It also has a power supply, an oscilloscope, function generator, breadboard. All setups also have microscopes. You can use them to look at the electrolysis when you get to that experiment. Come get an electrode from me when you are ready to put together that circuit. And the setup by the Kim Hood is the third one. It also has everything that I just described for equipment. And I think that's it. I hope you have a lot of fun.